this though, because I'm pretty sure y'all got 9 to 5s. I'm pretty sure y'all pay taxes. They whooped us. The U.S. to refund 166 billion with a B in tariffs, but only to the companies, not you. So this was really going on. The Trump administration on Monday began accepting requests for tariff refunds after the Supreme Court struck down President Donald Trump's tariff policy earlier this year. But some analysis warned Americans likely won't see lower costs as a result. So how does that make sense to you? Think about this. They hit the importers with a tariff. Said if you don't make your products in the U.S., you got to get taxed for bringing products from outside the U.S. Okay, cool. All makes sense, right? Good for America. Problem is they tax me and you at the counter. So whatever the government tax these importers from these other countries and these companies and these organizations, the organizations go, cool, taxes. We just gonna raise the prices on our products. We not paying for it. The American people gonna pay for it. So now when your motherfucking groceries is higher, when your clothes, your shoes, your car, your auto parts, your TVs, and whatever you buy, when that's higher because of the tariffs, you gotta scratch your head and say, how is this America first? And then they turn around after they tax the shit out of us. They say, oh yeah, the tariffs, you know what? That shit wasn't even really legal. Not only are we gonna cancel that, we're gonna give them their money back, but we're gonna give it back with interest. But the problem is we already paid the taxes on the tariffs, that they raised the prices at the counter. So where's our refund? Hold on, wait, whoa. They didn't pay the extra, we did. So how you giving them money back? Not only that, the prices at the register are going to stay up. They're not going to bring them back down to what they were before the tariffs hit. They're going to stay up. Not only are they going to stay up, they got the new digital price tags coming. They're already in some stores. You know what the digital price tag is? That means the items, the prices change in real time. You can be in a store, walk down the aisle, look at an item, go, I might come back for that, and it's one price. You come back, the same item is now $1 more, 50 cents more, $2 more, depending on what the market says. Because you know they got the new smart shopping carts, right? You scan the item and you pay as you go. So when you grab that item, if you don't scan that motherfucker for that price change, you might be paying a different price than the price you looked at. What? Nobody paying attention to this? But yeah, let's get back to these tariffs though. So the Trump administration will refund 166 billion to some 300,000 different importers. Though that amount will be paid back with interest. Y'all heard what I said, right? With interest. So they're giving them more money than they supposedly paid with the tariffs. So not only did they take our money, they're giving them money they didn't even pay back with interest. Customs and Border Protection disclosed in a court filing. It's not immediately clear how much each importer would recoup, though analysis suggests companies could receive billions of dollars. Come on, man. They out here hitting licks in broad daylight with no mask and no gun, bro. City Analysis wrote earlier this month that Walmart could receive about 10.2 billion, with other billion-dollar refunds expected for Target, 2.2 billion, Nike, 1 billion, and other retailers receiving less, including Gap, 400 million, Kohl's, 550 million, and Home Depot, 540 million. Come on, bro. Really think about this. We know how they're getting away with it, but come on, bro. This is like in broad daylight. Businesses can begin filing for tariff refunds on Monday. Blase blah. It's just letting you know the process. It says the Supreme Court ruled February that the law President Trump relied on for his signature policy did not authorize the imposition of tariffs, finding that Congress, not the president, holds authority over such taxes. They knew that before he went on that whole tirade about America first, tariffs, blah, blah, blah. They already knew this. See, it's a cat and mouse game. It is a divide and conquer game. Didn't I tell y'all? We give y'all heroes and we give y'all villains. So the hero is going to be President Trump. America first. Tariffs. We're going to tax the importers and get the money to the American people. And now they're going to give you the villain, Congress. Oh, man, Congress shot it down. If it wasn't for Congress, Trump would have saved America. Whole time, they on the same fucking team at the top. Wake up. What businesses need to know to apply. So y'all can go to the page and read through all of this and give you step-by-step who's eligible. Businesses, not consumers. Meaning the billionaires that's already billionaires who own the companies, they're eligible to receive billions back for something they didn't even pay. They charged us for. And the people who got charged, we can't apply. Individual consumers cannot apply. That's a funny way to say America first, ain't it? Only the business that officially paid the customs bill with your money, by the way. So they took money from you and then they paid the bill. And then they get a refund on the money they took from you. That matters because tariffs are taxes on imports. Companies paid them when products cross the border, and many businesses pass those costs downstream to shoppers in the form of higher prices, like I stated earlier. Those increases particularly affect Americans 50 and older who worried about raising prices. Few companies lying about spreading money back. For consumers, class action lawsuits are the main option for getting money back. So the government is going to give the companies our money back with interest, but we got to go to court to try to sue gazillion-dollar corporations to get the money back. You can't afford to sue these people. So in effect, they're basically saying you're never getting your money back. If you want money back, you may have to wait for a successful ruling in a class action lawsuit. Shoppers have already filed suits against Costco. How much money Costco got to fight a case versus people? FedEx. How much money FedEx got to fight a case versus your everyday average working American that's living check to check? Come on, man. They hit a lick with no gun. Robbery with no gun. But we online talking about who got beef with who caught what fade with who. They're stealing your tax dollars that you work for blind, like right in your face, not even hiding it. And all we could talk about is who beefing with who crashing out, who doing it. Like, come on, bro. But if you just talk about this type of topic, our culture, for the most part, won't listen. You got to sneak it in because they want to hear about who crashed on who, what hood this nigga from, who got DP'd, who on paperwork, who on a 50-50 yard. A bunch of dumb shit that don't matter. That's all the people want to hear. But when you tell them, hey, the government robbing us blind, nigga, wake up. Oh, it's boring. How the fuck is you getting robbed boring? That's boring to you? You don't want to hear about it? We got fucked over twice, nigga. We got fucked over twice. Shout out to Reckless. He said LBC moving the podcast needle. That's a fact. Shout out to Me No Indigenous. Black Americans are the real indigenous Americans. That means we ain't black by race. We're American Indians. Hey, look, we can be whatever we want to be. The enemy gonna call you the N-word with the hard ER. So do with that information what you will. While we're fighting about who we are and what we call ourselves, they already got a name for you. And they already in positions to do you in and fuck you over. So while we arguing, oh, we FBA, oh, we African American, we indigenous, whole time they getting in Congress. They already in Congress. They getting these judges slots. They getting these attorney slots. They getting these CO slots, sheriff, local police, parole board, parole officer, probation officer. You name it. They getting in positions where they can fuck your life over. And we stuck on stupid arguing with each other over dumb shit. Come on, man. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. And I got to go back and forth with a smoker that's sleeping on the floor. Come on, bro. Yes, sir. Shout out to Double R. He said the insane Crips been factor since I was a youngin'. We heard they don't fuck around. you might have heard right on that one, gang. You for sure heard right on that one. But they're going to call shit like this boring. See, that lets you know the mind frame of the people. When people call shit like this boring, you got to wonder, where the fuck is your mind at? Because this is your money. This ain't just a random topic that I'm talking. Like, this is your money that's being stolen. You know that, right? Yeah. I don't like when we do. This is your bread that they stealing right now. And you talking about, oh, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to learn. I'm just trying to get through my work day. That's the fucking problem. Everybody just want to get by and nobody want to do shit about nothing. Everybody just want to ignore shit and just get by. Oh, I'm going to just put my head down and pretend it don't exist. But the whole time, your bank account is taking a hit. So you can't pretend it don't exist. You can pretend all you want. Nigga, they still taking the money. Whether you pretend or not, they're taking the money. So why wouldn't we be like, you know what? Let's put an end to this shit. Because these are just people. Or are they just people? Because I'm starting to believe it's no way they're pulling this shit off and they just humans. They got some help, nigga. So you could call people like David Icke crazy for saying that the government is run by a intergalactic type of government that governs over our government. They make a deal with the humans for the resources they need for their planet. And then in exchange, they give the government technology to rule over us. Y'all could call them crazy, but then make sense of, if that's crazy, how crazy is 1% ruling over 99%? Take 1% of the planet, 1% of the population is ruling, robbing 99%, and the 99% refuse to do anything about it. That's more crazy than believing in aliens and interdimensional beings. To me, 1% old people in suits, nigga, they old. On top of that, this ain't 1% that's like the top, fittest, most dangerous people in society. This is 1% old people in suits governing over 99% the rest of the world. And the 99% won't do nothing about it. That's more crazy than believing in aliens to me. Come on, man. Insane. No pun intended, man. Wake y'all game up. Wake y'all game up, man. Stand for something or fall for anything. It's only going to get worse, too. Prices are going to keep going up while your pay doesn't go up. The price of living goes up and your pay does this. So your pay is doing this and then the price of living is doing this. It don't equal out. Do you know how much inflation jumped up from COVID to now? COVID was what, 2020? It's 2026. Inflation jumped up about 25, 26%. So you lost about $25, $26 on every $100 bill in your bank account. So unless you're investing and making up that difference, you're losing money every day, every year. You're losing money. If you had $300 in your savings in 2020 and you didn't touch it and that money is still there, you don't have $300 no more. You can deduct about $25 off of every $100 bill. Do the math. You lost money just by your money just sitting there because they're eating it up with inflation purposely while they're lining their pockets. All they buddies' pockets, they lining that shit. Nobody want to talk about nothing, though. Nobody want to talk about nothing of importance. People just want to walk around like zombies and act like they don't see what the fuck is going on. Absolutely disgusting. I, for one, can't be a part of that. But I'm just one man. What Kanye say? I'm mad God didn't make a couple more me because we'll really get some shit done. Give me a small city full of virals. We'll get some shit done. They got the robots coming to take your job. They want to control your money with universal income. They want you to be on a digital everything from your car to your house to everything so they can push a button on you whenever they want to. Oh, and this is the craziest part. This is the craziest part of all of the tariff stuff, right? As if the tariff stuff wasn't crazy enough, as if the tariff finesse wasn't crazy enough. Let me show you what's even crazier. This is how you know this was all planned and this was all a scam. Because somebody might say, oh man, that's a coincidence, man. We don't know. Well, check this out. Boom, let me blow this up so y'all can see. And I'm probably wasting my breath because majority of people don't want to do nothing about nothing, right? They just want to say, hey, what you gonna do about it? So, but I just feel like, you know, it's in my DNA to show you what's going on. I don't know what it is. It's something that God gave me that I gotta speak the truth. So Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick's son could be making 3 to 5 times returns on every dollar that they spent buying tariff refund rights. So let me break down what happened. So Trump's secretary, silent as sons poised to make bank from the end of the tariff. So Trump's secretary, his son, basically made an investment in July. Wired reported that Cantor Fitzgerald, which Lutnick chaired until he was appointed to Trump's cabinet, was allowing its traders to purchase the rights to hundreds of millions of dollars of refunds in the event that the tariffs were struck down in court. The firm now happens to be headed by Lutnick's son. Like, put that together. Really piece that together. So they already knew the tariff thing was going to get shot down, but they made us believe that the tariffs were going to win. So Cantor Fitzgerald, which is now run by Lutnick's son, was buying tariff refund claims from companies at 20 to 30 cents on the dollar. So once all the tariff shit got announced, they started immediately buying tariff refund claims for 20 to 30 cents on the dollar. The firm told its clients it had capacity to trade up to several hundred million in these claims. They confirmed at least 10 million trades were already executed as of July 2025, and they expect that number to balloon in upcoming weeks. Why? Because this shit just got shot down. So today, those claims are worth 100 cents on the dollar. 100 cents on the dollar. So do the math. They bought in at 20 to 30 cents, and now they're at 100 cents on the dollar. So if he bought 100 million in refund rights at 25 cents on the dollar, they spent 25 million. Now he's going to collect about 100 million on that. That's a $75 million profit, a 300% return. The only way they would know that is insider information. The only way they would know that is insider information. So long story short, dude puts his son in the perfect position to run the company. They buy these fucking shares at a couple cents on the dollar. Of course, they already knew that, hey, Congress was going to shoot down the tariffs. Let Trump make the American people think, hey, the tariffs is cool. Whole time we're going to invest in the tariffs being overturned, because who would ever guess that they would be overturned? Who would even look to invest into that? So let's buy in at 20 cents on the dollar. Boom, they get shot down. Guess what? They're 100 cents on the dollar now. And we bought thousands and millions of dollars worth. Come on, bro. It was already scripted from the start. It was scripted from the start. It's all a fucking money grab. It's all about money. They're bankrupting America, lining their fucking pockets. Wake the fuck up. When y'all ready to stop paying taxes? Because we could all stop today. We could all stop today. Go to work, file exempt, and leave that bitch exempt. From now to eternity. Get all your fucking dividends. They doing shit like this, and we still just going, go to work. Disgusting, man. And the cold part is, most people don't care. Most people are not going to look into it. Most people ain't going to do nothing about it. So it just makes you think, If you can't beat them, join them. It make you want to just be like, man, fuck these motherfuckers. They like being a slave. They like getting finessed. They like getting scammed. They fighting you if you try to stop them from getting scammed. You got people, oh man, how they gonna pay for the roads? How they gonna pay for the schools if they don't tax the shit out of our paychecks? That's how, you dumb fuck. They make money appear out of thin air. Nigga, they print it. The fuck you mean how?